Tonight, another blow for local tourism businesses.
New mining manslaughter legislation.
Retailers to learn the signs of domestic violence.
And a revamp for the Townsville RSL club.
Across Townsville and North Queensland, this is 7 News with Brough and Joanne Desmond.
Good evening. Thanks very much for joining us.
Good evening.
The Premier has defended her decision to keep Queensland's borders closed, despite a push from the tourism industry for the restrictions to be eased. Townsville Enterprise says the industry's taken a $1 billion hit and only tourists can save it.
More than 1 million people visit the region every year.
They put in over $1 billion into our economy. It supports up to 7,000 jobs in our tourism, events and hospitality industries.
The pandemic has brought the industry to a grinding halt, and the planned reopening of borders in July now isn't likely.
If the tourist industry wants a realistic scenario, then they should be preparing for September.
Dr Young says there needs to be a month of 0 new cases for borders to reopen. Today, there was 1 positive case. Queensland isn't the only state to take a tough stand.
Western Australia has a hard border closure. Northern Territory has a border closure. South Australia has a border closure. And Tasmania has a border closure. This is not unique to Queensland, folks.
The delay will further cripple an industry already on its knees.
Our businesses here, and 60% of our members are saying to us it's only at stage 3 that their operations become commercially viable.
There's a long road ahead for Queensland's economic recovery, and Bob Catter says a bid for the 2032 Olympics won't help the North.
It must be a make money project now. It cannot be an absorb money project.
Georgia Simpson, 7 News.
Mining executives will now face up to 20 years jail and multi-million-dollar fines under new industrial manslaughter laws. The CFMEU has praised the state government, saying the legislation should deter multinationals from cutting corners.
It's the safety guarantee mining unions have been calling for. Laws to hold mining bosses accountable for criminal negligence.
Because we've got to stop this carnage. You know, eight workers not returning home is 8 too many.
The CFMEU is confident the tough new legislation will prevent future tragedies.
We certainly think it'll act as a deterrent for those deviant or reckless operators in the industry, or those rogue operators that don't want to do the right thing by their employees.
It means the mining sector's safety laws will now be in line with every other workplace in Queensland. There will be tougher sentencing laws and financial penalties.
Executives will face up to 20 years in jail or fines up to $13 million if a worker dies because of criminal negligence.
8 miners have died on the job in the past 21 months.
Things take a long time to happen in government, and I think it could have been quickened up.
While 2 men remain in a critical condition and 2 are stable after an explosion at Anglo America's Grosvenor coal mine in Moranbah earlier this month.
This is about these people that want to act outside the laws, put workers at risk, and continue to think they can get away with it.
Ashley Dwan, 7 News.
Small business owners will have the same level of resources as big city corporates to support victims of domestic violence. Family violence costs retailers up to $100 million every year.
For some people who experience family violence, trouble at home follows them to work.
We know that sadly 25 to 50% of victims who are in paid work experiencing domestic violence sadly lose their job, at least in part because of domestic violence.
But in small businesses with only a handful of employees, it can be difficult for bosses to know how to support victims. So the Queensland Government has partnered with the National Retail Association to put together a resource kit, including a hotline, videos and podcasts.
It will help small business owners really assist workers that come to them and explain just exactly what's happening at home.
It is so important that employers understand about domestic violence, understand how it affects victims.
1 in 6 women and 1 in 19 men will experience domestic violence. This resource kit is not only about keeping victims safe, but about improving productivity at work and helping break the cycle of suffering.
With some partners actively engaging in violence, trying to have their partners fired to increase the worker's dependence on their partner.
Katie Toney, 7 News.
The Mackay Cutters CEO has apologised to the club's supporters after it was revealed the 2019 MVP, Jordan Kenworthy, returned a positive drug test for cocaine in August last year. In a statement, Maury Fatnauna said it was a sobering lesson for all players. The 23-year-old debuted at the Townsville Blackhawks in 2017. He went on to play 2 seasons before signing with the Cutters. He is no longer part of the club and has received a 2-year ban from the sport.
The Townsville RSL is preparing to reopen after major setbacks from the floods and, of course, the coronavirus shutdown. But the challenges aren't over just yet. The club is still waiting for millions of dollars to be paid out by insurers.
The RSL club is almost ready to return. Last year's unprecedented flood event devastated the club, causing $15 million damage. The venue was forced to close for 13 weeks. After months of work and $5 million worth of renovations, things were finally starting to look up. Then a world pandemic hit.
And we only reopened our restaurant 4 weeks before the coronavirus shutdown.
And although there's a new escalator, bar and dining precinct, the club is still waiting on $10 million from its insurers.
The gaming room hasn't been completed yet, and that's because we've just run out of funds.
Bill Whitburn says they're also trying to regain the members they've lost.
And it's about 9,000 people, and that's significant because that's a fair whack of veterans in the community that haven't renewed.
And although the renovations are progressing, it's not viable for the RSL to open for less than 100 people, so they're staying closed until at least July.
Only allowing 10 people into such a large venue is, you know, unless we're charging exorbitant rates for food and beverage, we just wouldn't be able to make a profit out of that.
Georgia Costi, 7 News.
The state government is providing more than $400 million for road upgrades across the state. The money is aimed at boosting the economy through the COVID-19 recovery. The RACQ has welcomed the announcement and the jobs it will provide for North Queenslanders.
This is a good time for an injection of funds into regional and rural Queensland. It's an even better time to be building regional and rural road infrastructure.
The stimulus package will widen and seal key freight routes and upgrade old bridges and culverts.
An emergency department boss is pleading with quad bike riders to wear a helmet after 2 deaths in the past week. Dr Luke Lawton says about 80 people a year are airlifted at Townsville University Hospital with or from quad bike accidents.
Working in emergency, Dr Luke Lawton has seen it all. He says injuries from quad bike accidents are always serious.
When you think about a quad bike, unlike a car, there's no protective frame around the driver, and so if a quad bike rolls, it often ends up on top of the driver.
More than 300 people were airlifted to Townsville University Hospital after quad bike accidents in the past 4 years.
Roughly about 80 a year. And the majority of those were very seriously injured people.
Quad bikes are not toys. Side-by-side vehicles are not toys. You have to make sure they're used properly, just like any other piece of plant and equipment we use.
In 2019, there was 1 death from a quad bike accident in Queensland. In the past week, 2 people have died in separate accidents. 22-year-old Taylor Pearson from the Burdekin and Myra Cosick, 26, from Whoopin Creek.
People don't realise that these vehicles can roll rather easily on unstable terrain, especially going up hills.
Whether you're on a quad bike, motorbike, a push bike or a scooter, a helmet can be the big difference between life and death.
Wearing a helmet reduces your risk of a serious head injury in the event of an accident by about 80%.
Georgia Simpson, 7 News.
And ahead in 7 News tonight, the Morecambes launch a board game to start conversations about safety.
And our SES volunteers honoured on Wear Orange Wednesday.
This is what the world has been waiting for. Got bigger and crazier. That is a wow moment.
We're celebrating the extraordinary. Oh my God! Brand new Britain's Got Talent, tonight 7:30.
Good morning.
More treatment.
We're going to try something different today.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Dogs bring out the good in us. Pedigree brings out the good in them.
What
happens to all the dirt on your dishes? It flows in your dishwasher, affecting its cleaning performance. Add Finish In-Wash Dishwasher Cleaner, the only one that cleans your dishwasher while it cleans your dishes. Try Finish In-Wash Dishwasher Cleaner today.
Head to Macca's if a little treat is what you need and grab 24 Chicken McNuggets for just $9.95 or a large sundae for only $3. For your Macca's run, contact-free, we'll be here.
Carpet One Floor and Home is the place to go. With the best range and the best deals on carpet, vinyl plank and ceramic tiles. This is the place. Carpet One Floor and Home, Dalrymple Road.
Special occasions should be celebrated, but Tim suffers heartburn and Tom suffers indigestion, so they use Gaviscon Dual Action, which like all antacids neutralises stomach acid, but also forms a protective barrier against reflux. Try Gaviscon Dual Action.
Come on, everyone!
Donate some of your data to kids who need it most and power their potential.
I love you.
Love you.
The greatest Aussie dramas are all here. Streaming for free on 7+.
Bateman's Bay Fire Brigade stood on top of that roof and wouldn't let this burn.
All donated. People are amazing.
Join Dr. Harry and see how our heartland is healing.
You're giving it a second chance.
New Better Homes, Friday on 7.
Townsville turns to 7 News to keep up to date on local issues, and we want you to be a part of it. If there's something happening in your street, your suburb, we want to know about it. Send us a message or drop us an email.
Thanks for joining us here on 7. Townsville residents are being urged to wear orange this week to show appreciation for those who put their life on the line for the community without pay. Local emergency service worker John Ford says some volunteers can work up to 36 hours a week.
They're first on scene at bushfires, cyclones and floods. This week, though, emergency service volunteers are being put first.
They give up time from their families, from their work, from everything they normally do, their fun times, and they come along to volunteer with SES to support their community.
Today is Wear Orange Wednesday, but Queenslanders are encouraged to wear orange whenever they feel like it this week to show their appreciation.
Put a smiley face on your hand, give us a little wave with the smiley face on your hand.
John Ford has been in the service for 15 years, both as a volunteer and a full-time employee.
Sometimes you can have as little as 3 hours a week, anywhere up to on deployments or activations for almost 24, 36 hours.
But says he gets so much more out of it than a wage.
I think the main thing is when you walk up to a resident that's been impacted, just their facial expressions, knowing that somebody's turned up and somebody's come to help.
Yasmin Bonnell, 7 News.
Yeah, you all do a remarkable effort. Thanks for helping out. Residents who live near the Port of Townsville are being advised to keep a lookout for feral Asian honeybees. Now, the bees are a natural host for the destructive varroa mite, which has been spotted in the area. The mites pose a serious risk to European honeybees and crops. Any sightings of the Asian bees should be reported to Biosecurity Queensland.
The Daniel Morecambe Foundation has released its latest tool to educate Australian kids about staying safe. It aims to make important lessons fun through a board game, Morkie's Safety Mission.
The aim of the game is to gather letters to spell the word safe, but on a trip around the board you can pick up vital lessons along the way.
True or false? A funny tummy is one of the clues your body might give you when something is unsafe. True.
It's all about making sure we paint those kids with adequate protection so that any predators out there, the kids know what to do.
Morkey's safety mission was launched today. Bruce and Denise Morecambe want to arm kids with the knowledge about how to recognise a dangerous situation and what to do.
It's all about delivering safety messages, which can be a little heavy, but in a fun way.
Board games and puzzles have made a resurgence as more people stay at home. This one can also help parents who may not know how to approach tricky topics.
So it's just an easy, fun way for the children to learn without sort of knowing that they're learning.
The best way to learn is with a bit of a smile on your face.
Morkey's safety mission can be downloaded for free at danielmorecambe.com.au. But Bruce and Denise never stop with work underway for their next educational project. This week, the Foundation's filming Australia's biggest child safety lesson, highlighting online safety strategies for kids. It'll be live streamed at the end of next month. They're asking schools to register for the lesson before June 25. Heidi Sheehan, 7 News.
Okay, let's get into the sport down 8th. One of our Cowboys chasing a new deal.
Yeah, that's right, Brough. Francis Molo is one of several off-contract players this year, and the forward says he'll let his footy do the talking. We'll have more on that next. And the Townsville women's spearheading netball statewide return in 2020.
You want to hang out?
Red Rooster's buttermilk pops get better with every bite.
Want to hang out?
Get your buttermilk pops fam feed delivered today.
Nice.
Just put all of the...
Yeah. Oh!
This is it.
You'll make a great dad one day.
You think so?
I know so.
If you're planning to have a baby, take Elevate before you start trying. Elevate has more folic acid and iron than any other pregnancy multivitamin. Love grows with Elevate.
Head to Macca's if a little treat is what you need and grab 24 chicken McNuggets for just $9.95 or a large sundae for only $3. For your Macca's run, contact free, we'll be here.
Thank you. Hey, did you ever get your life insurance sorted?
Not yet.
Well, we did one simple thing to protect our family's financial future and got real life insurance.
Okay, send me their details and I'll give them a call.
Protecting your family is easy with our value for money products that you can tailor to suit your budget. With real life insurance, your family would receive up to $1 million if you passed away. Call 137 026 or search Real Life Insurance.
Easy on yourself.
There's about 1 billion trillion stars in the universe, but when it comes to choosing your NBN provider, there's only 5 stars that matter. Aussie Broadband was rated 5 stars in the 2019 CanStar Blue Awards for overall satisfaction, speed and reliability, ease of sign-up and customer service. So if you're not happy with your current internet provider, why not join Australia's most satisfied NBN customers? Sign up with Aussie Broadband today.
Each of these kids would never have been born if a farmer didn't meet his wife.
You marry me?
Yep.
9 marriages.
I must admit I did tear up a little bit.
20 Aussie kids.
Gotta live happily ever after.
Real love is back. New Farmer Wants a Wife is coming to 7.
Welcome back to 7 News. Cowboys forward Francis Molo has vowed to let his football do the talking when the NRL resumes next week, with the 25-year-old one of 15 players off contract for North Queensland in 2020. Molo joined the club in 2018 and is coming off his best season, earning an Interchange Player of the Year nomination by the NRL. The forward believes if he continues his form, a new contract will take care of itself.
I can't control, but I can control what I can do on the training paddock and on the field. So, that's all what was on my mind.
Of course, the Cowboys are preparing to relaunch their season at home next Friday night, but haven't started looking at opponents, the Gold Coast Titans, just yet.
The last couple of weeks have been more about ourselves and, working on the things we can get better. From the first 2 games.
Meanwhile, the rest of the season draw is expected to be released tomorrow, while the NRL and the Referees Union will head to arbitration over the decision to cut back to 1 official per game. A Townsville woman has netball's most important role in the state right now, chairing Netball Queensland's Return to Play working group. Deb Eastlake has been a coach, a player and an umpire, but is now responsible for helping more than 55,000 players get back on the court.
Deb Eastlake knows netball.
Play, I umpire. I've got a daughter who plays as well. I coach. I feel like I really do have a finger on the pulse as to what it is that we need.
Especially in the regions, it's why she was Netball Queensland's first choice to chair its Return to Play committee.
CE of Netball Queensland and the exec team felt like we needed to make sure our community understood that we heard the needs of the whole community, not just the Brisbane side of it.
The working group meets 2 to 3 times a week via Zoom.
From a lead perspective, it's really just a matter of keeping people on track, facilitating the meetings, making sure that we're really clear on what the priorities are and which bits we need to work on first.
The elite game was the priority. The Sunshine Coast Lightning and Firebirds can't return to training before May 31.
One of our first tasks was to produce something that we could submit to the Queensland Government for consideration so that they could be considered differently from community sport.
That's the next step, ensuring more than 55,000 Queensland netballers can get back on the court. By June 12, hopefully training can resume, but only in groups of 20.
I can't wait to go back to netball. I miss playing on the court with my friends.
Matches should return mid-July.
Still a long way off, but the next sort of 8 weeks will go by really quickly, I think.
It's that balance of understanding the importance and the frustrations of not being able to play, but knowing that we're responsible to make sure that when we do, we're safe to do so.
Jessica Stewart, 7 News.
Now, a less is more approach from Townsville's Bill Kenning is paying off in North Queensland racing, with the trainer operating at a 40% strike rate this season. Kenning's horses have had 4 wins and 5 placings in their last 11 starts, and the secret is keeping his stable manageable.
I think just having a small number and hands-on, and sort of they're enjoying what they're doing, the way we sort of operate.
Tomorrow he'll have 3 runners at Cluden, including 8-year-old gelding Beaujet, who came out of retirement after spending time in Steve O'Day's yard in Brisbane.
We ended up with him. Well, we've had a lot of fun with Beaujet. I think we won 5 or 6 races with him, and probably still more to come with a bit of luck.
And he'll run in race 8. Now, a resident racing expert, Russell Leonard, is a big fan of the half-brother of the Harrovian tomorrow at Cluden. Here he is now with all of his best bets.
You're spot on, Nathan. Cluden, the venue for racing in Queensland tomorrow. We've got a mammoth 9-event card set down for decision. There's been a few showers lingering around, but on all reports, the track will come up trumps. Early start 11:55. It's a deep meeting with a lot of chances in each race, but I'm confident we can come up with a winner or two as we profile my best bets for tomorrow's card. Early mail specials now, and we kick up in race number 3. Hero Like the Cairns galloper horse number 2, the Grove. He's a half-brother of the Harrovian. He's won his past 2. I do think he'll make it 3 straight, and Chris Whiteley does the riding for the Stephen Massingham stable with the Grove. Then to the closer, race 9. Hero Like the Toppy, Dallin. He's at the 1 run back from a break to prep up for this. He's proven at the track and the trip. I do think he'll be winning, and Holt and Coleman combine here with Dallin. Well, there they are, punters. My good things for Townsville. The Grove and Dallin. You stick with them and you'll be counting the cash. And remember to bet responsibly. Good luck and good punting if you're having a bet tomorrow.
Thanks again. As always, Ross, we'll see you next time. And that's it for Sport Tonight. Thanks, guys.
Lovely. Thank you, Dave.
All right, we'll stay with us after the break. Livio joins us with all the weather details.
What is the world's southernmost capital city? A, Canberra. B, Santiago. C, Wellington.
New The Chase, weekdays at 5 on 7.
Looking for an answer to wrinkles? Try Neutrogena from Chemist Warehouse. Retinol works to reduce the look of wrinkles and replenish dry skin. Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream is $24.49. Live, look, feel fabulous at Chemist Warehouse.
At My Pathway, we ring a lot of bells. High five, give great hugs, and smile a lot.
When we are celebrating your successes.
Whether this be with training, access to financial support, or workplace modifications to overcome your employment obstacles. We've been helping Queenslanders with a disability, injury, or health condition into sustainable work.
We're with you every step of your journey towards achieving your life-changing pathway.
Contact us and come see us today.
When I first met Gutsy, his motions were irregular, but I've been pushing him hard. Now Gutsy is healthy and regular. Take Metamucil daily, a natural way to stay regular and support a healthy gut.
Head to Macca's if a little treat is what you need and grab 24 Chicken McNuggets for just $9.95 or a large sundae for only $3. For your Macca's run, contact free, we'll be here.
When you feel at your worst, new Lemsip capsules are at their best. Its all-in-one formula fights 8 major cold and flu symptoms, helping you feel all-round relief. Try the power of Lemsip, now available in capsules.
Save 20% on your second policy when you buy new, eligible Suncorp home and car insurance together before July 10. Helping you save when you need it most. That's the Suncorp spirit.
Nescafe Blend 43 is made right here in Gympie, Queensland. Robusta and Arabica roasted individually, then brought together for the perfect cup. Nescafe Blend 43, the perfect blend of bold and smooth.
He's visiting, but now he's found a reason to stay.
Do you always flirt with your brother's dates?
You want me?
Oh yeah, more than you'll ever know. But let's be honest, you'll never know.
I'll leave you alone. Just say the word.
Home and Away, this week at 7 on 7.
Good evening, Livio Regano with tonight's weather. Rain setting in across tropical Queensland and should stick around until Sunday. To kick us while we're down, it's going to start getting really cold as well, especially this weekend. 24-hour rainfalls, the biggest were in the north, Hawkins Creek 54 millimetres, but down south, Alva Beach also had a good 30 mils. Victoria Mill had 27 and Paluma 15. Thickening cloud is already starting to affect our temperatures. Today's top at Townsville Airport was just 26 degrees, while Charters Towers only got to 24. On the satellite loop now, we seem to have a genuine northwest cloud band forming with the moisture originating all the way out around Indonesia, and that thickening cloud is now moving across Queensland, and the rain falling from it, which is coming from the west, is gradually replacing the southeasterly stream showers that have been coming from the opposite direction. We've got now one light rain mass right across the state. This is today's chart. On the surface, winds are starting to ease as the high pulls away. They're still reasonably fresh owing to the tightness of the pressure pattern, but that's coming apart all the time. We've still got southeasterlies feeding moisture and bringing those showers, underrunning the thick cloud, bringing the rain from the opposite side. On tomorrow's chart, we get a major trough and front system moving into eastern Queensland with an upper level trough to assist. It's a powerful system bringing rain to the whole state, all of eastern Queensland and central Queensland. And then on the outlook chart, once the rain starts to clear out to sea, underrunning cold winds push right up from the south, bringing temperatures right down, and it'll still remain cloudy. Now the latest from the Weather Bureau, the boating forecast for Townsville water, southeast to east winds up to 20 knots tomorrow. Same again pretty much on Friday, but going more southerly. Then Saturday, strong southerlies up to 30 knots. With the new moon fast approaching, the swing of the tides getting wider by the day. Tomorrow morning's high tide will be followed by a substantial run out to the afternoon low. The Herberton Albertican, cloudy all day with rain off and on. Townsville 21 to 25 degrees, not much of a range. Ayr 26, Ingham 24. Northern Goldfields and Upper Flinders, rain and storms, some heavy falls in the southeast. Charters Towers, look at that range, 19 to 20 degrees. That's a wet day. Georgetown 26. Looking ahead for Townsville, damp and cloudy until Sunday with especially cold and wet conditions predicted for this Saturday, followed by much cooler nights next week when the sky finally clears. And that, folks, is the full story for our local weather on this cloudy evening in May. Join me once again this time tomorrow, and I'll take you through the next page of the story. Until then, rest easy and catch some good sleep. Now it's back to the team.
Yeah, wonderful, Liv. Thank you very much, mate. As always, lovely having your company. See you tomorrow.
And just a reminder, if you missed anything, you can catch our replay over on 7.2. From all of us here, good night.
Good night.
Tonight on 7 News, border shock. Queensland could stay closed past September despite the advice of one of the nation's top doctors.
Students to restart term 2 when school resumes next week, plus the Rapid Response Squad expecting COVID in the classroom.
Not one but 2 fines. Could the hero whale rescuer be hit with 2 penalties?
And the big holiday deals aiming to get Queenslanders out on the road.
Live from Brisbane, 7 News with Sharon Goodella.